Welcome to Backyard Cigars. And tonight I have a collaboration cigar, a unique collaboration as it's most often referred to. A collaboration between General Cigars and Eric Espinosa, and one that came with certain uh, agreements beforehand. In order for this to actually happen, some things had to be decided upon. And one of them was where it was going to be made, who was going to distribute it, um, who was going to provide the tobacco. Now, basically, this is what happened here. You had Eric Espinosa and General Cigars agreeing to sit down and make a cigar together. And the deal was we're going to use Eric Espinosa's factory, La Zona factory in Nicaragua. But we're going to use the extensive inventory of tobacco that General Cigars has at its disposal. Distribution will be taken care of by none other than General Cigars, much to Eric Espinosa's benefit, which would allow him to kind of gain access to some accounts. Not a bad thing for a small cigar maker. And not a bad thing for a large cigar maker like General Cigars to collaborate with a small cigar maker and sort of kind of get into that boutique action that everybody's talking about. And on top of the things that they were going to do, I also believe that there was the agreement was Eric Espinosa would choose the blend. He would blend the cigar. And also, General Cigar would not put it under one of its brands, but as a standalone cigar line. And Espinosa's name is on this band. Now, Eric Espinosa and La Zona Factory have never worked with Cameroon tobacco, Cameroon wrapper specifically. But they did that this time. And the name of this cigar is Warzone 10-year war. Warzone 10 years war Robusto. Cameroon tobacco is expensive. It's ridiculously expensive for cigar makers to employ it as a wrapper or a binder. It isn't something that comes cheap. It's also very fragile. Thin, fragile, prone to cracking. I'm only smoking it today because it's 65 degrees. If not, I wouldn't be smoking this cigar. Not with the Cameroon wrapper. And the story goes that Eric Espinosa was looking through the General Cigars inventory and found the perfect bale or the perfect bales of tobacco to work with. And he chose a Cameroon wrapper, something he had never done before, because he wanted to just experiment and try something different. Let me tell you about the specs on this cigar. It's a 5.5 by 52 Robusto. It has a lovely looking band. It sports a Cameroon wrapper, a Honduran binder, and the filler is from Colombia and Nicaragua. Those are the specs. And again, Colombian tobacco wasn't something that Eric Espinosa had worked with before either. So they did this in 2019. Lo and behold, in 2020, it made the top 25 of Cigar Aficionado's list. The only cigar with a Cameroon wrapper. There are many reasons why Cameroon tobacco is expensive. One of the main reasons is just how inhospitable the conditions are, and that drives up the price, of course, in Africa. So let me tell you about it since I'm an inch in, and wrapper's holding up pretty well. It's a little toothy. You can see for yourself. It's a little toothy. Got a little bit of a Colorado look to it. Nice open draw. Rush of cedar. Some rich earthy tobacco. Very rich. Very, very rich. And a slight bit of pepper in the finish. Now, if it matters to you, you can always look up where it landed on the top 25, but I think it was in that top 15 category, the top 15 spots, which is pretty good. And it's what you want out of a collaboration cigar, especially from both General Cigars and Eric Espinosa. You get that recognition from the cigar community that it is a fine cigar. What it tells us is that maybe I should try it. When I bought the cigar, I had no idea that it had placed in the top 25. I just thought the specs, the blend, were interesting to me, and I like Eric Espinosa a lot, as many of us do, and so I kind of just wanted to try a blend. I read somewhere that the blend was a little out of the norm for him, so I think most of the blends that I tried from him are a little out of the norm, but this one more so. So I said to myself, let me try it. Maybe this is a cigar for you. It's medium bodied, medium strength. There isn't a lot of that Nicaragua pepper kick to it. The Colombian tobacco tends to give off earthy sweet notes, and it is usually used to complement a nice medium blend cigar. So Colombian tobacco is really, when you get good Colombian tobacco, it's really primo stuff, and it's really stuff that you would definitely want in a cigar blend, and it's being used to the utmost right now. There's a nice, I would say there's like a nuttiness to the flavor, and it's there, but it's just faint, and then you get more so of cedar and rich earth, and a nice dose of pepper. Nothing overwhelming, just soothing pepper. I would call it more white pepper than anything else. It doesn't crackle and pop. It's just really smooth. And, you know, for me, a cigar like this is a cigar that you could have at any time of the day. Any time of the day. I haven't had much to eat since the afternoon, and I'm feeling good. This isn't having any kind of ill effect whatsoever. Now, the cigar is named after the 10-year war that Cuba fought against Spain to gain its independence. So it's commemorating, I believe it's on the cigar band, 1868 to 1878 is the time that the war was fought, and thus Warzone, 10-year war, Robusto. It's pretty cool that you're naming it that, and the fact that the band is so well adorned, and I like the size on it. I know it's available in a Toro size. Love to try that as well. I will try that. Perhaps I'll review it. But more than anything, I'm getting a nice rich earthiness to it. And this cigar kind of embodies what happens when the good big guy gets together with the good little guy, and they work out a pact that works for both of them, and they just want to make magic happen. They just want to give us a cigar that we're going to love and that we're going to want to buy over and over again. I think so far they're succeeding. So, down to the nitty-gritty. What do I think of the cigar? I think it's an outstanding cigar. An outstanding blend. I expected nothing less. And I'm glad that it was the case. I don't think that it's going to get praise to the point of me calling it spectacular and incredibly unique. But it is incredibly unique in the tobaccos that it employs. And that matters. because this cigar, on the East Coast, they want $16 a cigar for it. Um, I think it's pretty fair. I mean, that's just my way of thinking. I think it's pretty fair, especially with the camel wrapper, and it's well made. Prices could always be lower. They could always be lower, I think. But I like this cigar. It's something that I look forward to purchasing again, to smoking again, obviously, and trying it in a different Vitola size, perhaps the Toro size. I like the way that it is so even keeled, right? It's just, there aren't many transitions here. That's why I'm not saying, look, this isn't boom, blow your mind. It's just a really good cigar, an outstanding cigar. And in 2020, obviously, Cigar Aficionado decided that it deserved to be on that list for whatever reason that they chose. I think that it deserves to be on all of our lists. I think it's just worthy of trying it and seeing what you think of it. Really good cigar. Really good draw. I love how it hasn't gotten harsh or bitter in any way going into the final third. That nuttiness is there. That rich earth is still there. That white pepper is still there. The cedar is present. It's just there's a little bit of sweetness that comes and goes, but it's pretty much gone at this point. And it's a wonderful cigar. I couldn't say anything else about it. And a very wonderful collaboration. So with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for watching this video on Backyard Cigars. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen,